And we're live. Yes, it's just me and Ken. We're going to try and do a
Yes.
show with just me and Ken Koslow. So let's see how
Scooter
that
and
goes,
Scuba
shall we?
Tuxin. Scooter and Scuba Tuxin.
Yep. Wayne is actually on vacation with his wife. They're in the airport as we speak, headed overseas. And Elliot is having health issues tonight, so he won't be joining us. So it's just me and Ken. And
Derek Laughlin is in ICU after watching the Packers get stomped.
yes, I'm pretty sure he is. Pretty sure he is. Hang on a second. Let's see if we can get this going here. All right, whatever. I want to go here and I want to go there. There. And okay. Anyway, happy belated and merry belated Christmas to all those that are joining us tonight. Ken and I are going to try this solo tonight since we have so many of our good friends out this week.
Missing in action.
And I don't know why. Why is it not showing in the group? Lovely. We're having technical difficulties once again because it's not showing in the group for some reason.
Wow.
And I don't know. This is weird because I used the right stuff. Interesting. For whatever reason, it's not showing up. Let me check something else here real quick.
It's not showing up on my notifications yet.
Yeah, I know. Because the wrong... All right, let's do this. For some reason, the wrong key was not sent to Facebook. Let's try that. And we'll try that and see if we can get it to work.
The wonders of modern technology.
I know, right? Yeah, it's still not showing in the chat. I don't in the group. I don't know why.
No,
Hang on a second. Let me check it again.
Not yet.
Okay. That was good. Let's keep it going here. Yeah. Okay, that's there. Okay, let's try this one more time. Oh, great. We're just gonna do. I don't know what's going on, Ken. I don't. That's just weird. Probably not gonna have any chat tonight.
Okay.
Which is weird. I don't know why.
If they're waiting for me to chat about the Cowboys, they might as well just stay away anyway. So there's nothing to talk about in that game.
Yeah.
Except maybe Saquon and Barkley.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it is actually showing on YouTube. So let's do this. Let's see. We go live.
Is it showing on Twitter?
Twitter. Let me double check. Yes, it is broadcasting on Twitter. For some reason, it's not on Facebook.
Yeah.
So
I got it on Twitter.
Okay, so let's go ahead and pull this up, and we'll post the link to Facebook from YouTube.
Okay. Twitter's showing 3 people watching it so far. Including Mr. Brett.
Okay, that's posted there. Now I need to refresh again. After all, it's just you and me. There's no music. There's nothing going on elsewhere. There we go. Share.
Nope.
Bam. All right, we shared that. Okay. There we go. It's on Twitter as well. For some reason, it did not post to Facebook, and that might be my fault, but that's okay anyway. Ken, how you doing? Good to see you. Happy Sunday.
I'm just hunky dory.
6 minutes after the hour, and we finally get into content because I'm an idiot with technology, and for those of us joining us that know of my website, the sportsnerds.show, that site is no longer active. I have gotten rid of it. I wasn't using it. No sense in me spending money on it for a site I'm not using. The biggest thing I'm going to lose are the posts I made, but the last post, I don't even know when the last post it was that I made on that site. So
no,
I'm not really worried about it. I'm not going to spend the money for a website that I'm not going to use. So
no.
Yes, no. Brett's here. He's on Twitter.
Yes. Welcome, him. Brett.
Welcome, Brett. Good to see you, buddy.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll go here. There's no. Okay. Anyway. Okay. Go back. Okay. Good to see you, Brett. Yes. Rest in peace, Greg Gumbel.
Yes. I have more to say about that later.
Greg Gumbel was just one of the best, man. He really was.
Yeah. He was a pioneer, and I enjoyed him.
He was Brett Gumbel's brother, right?
Greg, Bryant Gumbel's brother. Yes.
Bryant Gumbel's brother.
The older brother. He was the older brother.
Okay.
Bryant was younger.
We all know Bryant Gumbel from his time on Today's Show, and he's also a legendary sports anchor as well. But Greg Gumbel, I mean, he started with ESPN, went to CBS, moved to Fox, and went back to CBS. He was the first African American to call a Super Bowl.
Yep, and to this day, I think he's still the only one that's ever done it.
Yeah, I mean,
it's unfortunate, but
he called Super Bowl 35.
Right.
He also called the game 2 years later, I think, when the Patriots won their second Super Bowl. But Greg Gumbel was just great, and he'll be missed. 78 years old. After a battle with cancer. But he'll be missed dearly.
I remember.
I also want to bring up. Let's get this out of the way in the beginning of the show. We lost a legend. We lost a ambassador for people all over the world. In the name of Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter.
At 100 years old, we lost President Carter today. If anybody can ever be accused of living life to the fullest, it's Jimmy Carter.
It was him. It was definitely him.
He was one of the greatest humanitarians to ever live. He worked while he was battling cancer. He did a lot for what is that it's
he was Mr. Habitat for Humanity.
Habitat for Humanity. Thank you, Ken. He was Mr. Habitat because he would actually put a belt on, a tool belt on, and go to work himself.
Yes, he did.
He'd do the work himself.
He not only walked the walk, he talked the talk, he walked the walk. So.
He did. And he and Rosalind were the longest tenured married couple in presidential history. They got married in 1946. She passed away last year, and he passed away today. So, he married and stayed with her. He married his first wife was the only wife he ever knew. They were crazy in love with each other. They were very deep in their faith as well, Ken, as you know. And he had a very tumultuous presidential run as far as the tenure is concerned. His 4 years as president were pretty tumultuous with the hostage crisis, the failed rescue attempt of those hostages, high gas prices at the time, and of course, I mean, he got a raw deal in my opinion. He got a really raw deal.
He was excuse me, he was set up to fail. And I don't believe he failed, but having said that, the failed hostage rescue that we did probably cost him the re-election.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, he did the best he could, but it wasn't in the cards. And then
Right.
Ronald Reagan came along, and
well, Reagan attacked him from the start. I mean, he even had even Kennedy primaried him. Ted Kennedy primaried him too.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was I think he got a raw deal. Really,
he did.
I mean, he was the one that instituted FEMA.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, he had all kinds of humanitarian things that he did while he was president.
Mm-hmm.
The Camp David Accords between Israel and Egypt, he did that as well.
He brokered that.
So, but anyway, rest in peace to an icon and to a legend. He lived a full life, man. He was 100 years old, and then he lived it to the fullest.
There's a term for how you describe him. It always escapes my mind, but he was the ultimate of it. I can't think right now. But
we're getting old, Ken.
Yes, we are. By the minute.
But, with that all being said, rest in peace, President Kennedy. You'll be missed. All right, let's go to the Christmas Day games. We'll start with that, Ken.
Okay.
So, first of all, Lamar breaks Mike Vick's record for career rushing yards.
Mm-hmm.
In their victory on Christmas Day against the Texans, I believe is who it was.
Yes, it was.
And you know what? He reminds me a lot of Mike Vick. Only I think it's a toss up as to who had the better arm, because Mike was very accurate.
Yes.
As far as being throwing from the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
We got 6 viewers, 1, 2, 4 on Twitter, 1 on Twitch, and 1 I guess it's good. on
Welcome everyone.
Yeah. Anyway,
this is one game where I believe there wasn't much of a game to begin with, and I believe halftime show overtook the game itself. So.
Yes, it did. It was yeah, the Beyonce halftime show. I actually enjoyed that show. It was really good. And I'm not a big Beyonce fan, but that was a pretty good halftime show.
Don't have Netflix, so I didn't get to see any of those games. So.
Yeah, I have Netflix, and I'll tell you what, compared to, you heard all the bad reports about the Tyson fight a few months ago, about their broadcast of the Tyson fight. That was one of the, I mean, that stream was solid. It was really good.
And it was
crisp. There were no buffering. There was no, hiccups, anything. I had a solid stream the entire game and didn't have any issues. I will say there was maybe a 10 or 15 second buffering. I think during halftime or between games it was.
Mm-hmm.
In the first game and the Baltimore game, there was a 10 or 15 second buffering, but it went back and it was fine the rest of the way.
Between the Chiefs and Steelers and
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, the Netflix broadcast overall was excellent. They did a really good job. Actually, it was a better stream than what Amazon puts on every week, as far as I'm concerned.
Wow.
And Beyonce did steal a show. So
sounds like her daughter stole the show too.
Yeah, I mean, it was Blue Ivy was there too. Yes, absolutely. As far as where am I going here? Hang on a second. The other game that day, which was
what was it?
Pittsburgh,
KC was the first one.
Pittsburgh and Kansas City.
Baltimore and Houston, and then who was the third one?
The third one was that was Christmas. Was there 3 on Christmas Day? I thought only 2 on Christmas Day.
Oh, we did.
There was only 2.
It was 3 on.
It was 3 yesterday.
3 yesterday. Okay, yeah.
2 on Christmas Day.
2 on Christmas Day. 3 yesterday on the NFL Network. Yeah.
Yes, on NFL Network.
Right.
But My question is, Pittsburgh has shown when it comes to the top teams in the NFL, they are not up to the task. Are they a pretender? Are they going to be a one and out again, you think?
That is a $64,000 question. I really don't know. They're becoming extremely Jekyll and Hyde here lately.
Yes, they are.
I don't know. I mean, when you stop and look at who they've beaten lately, it's some of the lesser teams. And so, naturally they haven't had much trouble with them. But these last 2 or 3 weeks, they've been tested pretty hard, and they have come up less than average. So,
right.
I don't know. I mean, they're going to be in, and
they're going to be in.
Whenever they're in,
they're already clinched. They already clinched.
They have to be considered a contender
right.
all the way. So they've won Super Bowls with less talent. So questionably, but I don't know. We shall see, because I mean they didn't show up this week,
right?
And they've got let's see, Baltimore is the last game.
Baltimore plays Cleveland next week.
Okay, then they got Cincinnati.
And Pittsburgh has Cincinnati at home.
Cincinnati, okay. And Cincinnati's still alive for a.
I mean, yeah, we'll get into Joe Burrow in a little while, because I want to talk about Joe Burrow.
All right.
But I mean, I'm getting the feeling that Pittsburgh they've lost 3 games in a row. To be honest with you, they've lost the last 3 games in a row. They play a Bengals team next week that's hot right now. The Bengals are on a roll. They're very hot right now. Their defense is still suspect, but I mean that offense is clicking. I mean, if Joe Burrow, if the Bengals had 10 or 11 wins, Joe Burrow would be in the discussion as far as MVP is concerned. That's how good he's playing.
Oh, there's people on ESPN radio says he's already there. That he should
if the Bengals make the playoffs, they're saying he should be in the discussion as well. Yes. So
he's got now 40 touchdown passes now.
Something like that. Yeah. I mean, Brett's got a point. He says, if you take away George Pickens, then what team do you get? Because Harris ain't it at running back.
So far, he's right. That's a fact. They're not. Their ground game is ground to a halt, and they're very dependent on the passing game right now. So
right. And speaking of MVP talk, you've got, I mean, the top 3 are Jackson, Allen, and Barkley. Who Barkley went over 2,000 yards today. He needs 100 yards to 101 yards to surpass Eric Dickerson, which he may or may not play next week.
I suspect he'll play a little bit. He ain't going to. Whoa! We have a
Django! What's up, buddy? He's on YouTube.
Dave is in the house.
John Olson in the house, gentlemen. I mean, Dave's not here, but Django is. Okay,
yeah.
Just saying. Good to see you, Mr. Django.
Well, welcome, John. John, Dave, whatever.
He's happy because of what the Bills did today to the Jets.
Oh yeah.
They sewed up the number 2 seed overall. So again, the playoffs run through Kansas City once again.
Yes.
But I mean, the Bills are. You talk all the smack. Oh, here we go. Here he goes.
Take off, Ozer.
But yeah, I mean, John, if you want, I can send you the link for the stream if you want it. Just let me know. I'll send it to you in MSN chat. I mean MSN. My God, Facebook chat. Excuse me. God, I'm going back 25 years. What am I doing?
MSN chat. Wow.
Yeah, I know. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, you got to put, Lamar, Josh, and Barkley. And as far as I'm concerned, whoever wins it deserves it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter which one of the 3, because they're all worthy. All right, hang on one second. Let me get John in here. Give me a second. Where is he? Jungle. There he is. And we're going to go here. We're going to go here. We're going to go there. Da-da-da. Ba-ba-ba. Boom. You got it, John. Send it to you in Facebook chat.
Bring it.
He's going to talk so much crap. Okay.
Well, let him.
It's been a while since we had John on the show.
It's been a while. It's been building up, so he's going to let it go.
Yeah, it's been building up. Yes, you are correct. So we'll wait for John to get here. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I mean, and you know what? The players don't care.
No,
they can't. They don't care about MVP.
Mm-mm.
They want the ring. That's what they want.
They want the ring.
So go figure.
It might.
So I mean, again, whoever wins it is worthy of those three. Even if it's Joe Burrow, he deserves it too. So I'm just, you know what I'm saying? So there he is. Ladies and gentlemen, David is here.
This might break the internet. Look at Brett.
Good to see you, Mr. Olson. How
Good to see you, J.O.
Hey, first of all the glory and beautifulness of this holiday season. Hope everyone had a good Christmas and all that stuff.
We did.
Publicly apologize for my tirade with you, Scott. Let's just say I wasn't having a good quarter. How about that?
Okay.
So I apologize for that.
No worries. I never held it against you, brother. Yet I told you, you always have a spot, and always have a spot on the show whenever you want to come back. I just let you, work it all out and get where you're going. And if you want to come back, it's just like an open invitation for Scooter as well. If he wants to come back, he can come back. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you.
Well, John, you're one of my best friends. I could never get mad at you, brother. I can never get mad at you.
I apologize for that, but I don't apologize for what I'm about to say.
Oh God, okay. Here he comes. Here comes the trash talk.
Where's that football expert that told me week 1 he'd take Jordan Love over Josh Allen?
He's actually on vacation with his wife.
Oh, he's on vacation, of course.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. You're talking about Mr. Derek Laughlin. Is who you're talking about?
No, I'm not mentioning names. I'm just saying the experts that chose Jordan Love and Brock Purdy over Josh Allen. I heard that, Scott. I heard you. I heard that. Not you, Ken.
No, not me.
And apparently Wayne said, and okay, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. There's a couple guys that I cherish very dearly that said they would take Brock Purdy and Jordan Love over this
guy. Oh, I gotta see this recording. This is gonna be awesome.
I want it known. I want it public right now. I have picked the Bills 2 years in a row to win the Super Bowl, including this year.
I was on the Bills bandwagon at the beginning of the year too, John.
All right, that has been established.
I know. I just think it's funny because it was the most overrated player in the NFL at the start of the season, right?
We all wanted Detroit Buffalo Super Bowl, John.
That's right. I wanted it last year.
The experts had the Jets and the Dolphins winning the AFC East. I think we won the AFC East like 6 weeks ago or something.
Yeah. It's record time.
Look, hey, it's a long season. Anything can happen. But it is what it is. Bills are looking pretty good. Defense a little, I know today was they shut them out until the fourth quarter there, but their run defense is kind of suspect.
Right.
And their secondary is pretty banged up. But anyways, Brett, I missed you, man. I can't wait to come into Kansas City and beat the pants. I'm trying to keep my language down because I'm a changed man.
Right, though. You being on the show might break the internet, John. I'm just saying, okay?
Well, I was looking for. I totally forgot it was 5 o'clock my time, not 5:30. You stopped.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we went back to the top of the hour instead of the bottom of the hour. Yeah. Yes, we did.
Oh, I was ready to go. I went and got some water and everything. I was like, oh, and then I was like, oh, they're not on Facebook, and then I saw why. So
how's the new place?
I'm in it right now. It's very comfortable. It's not a big place, but it's the first time in 7 years now that I've actually had a home that's my own.
Do you have an office, or are you in a cubby like you were before?
Well, this is more study than anything. Like I got all my books and Bibles and all that stuff here. I don't really do online work anymore, man. I mean,
Yeah, I know. I mean, you're actually obviously having a great time doing what you're doing.
Love it.
with the driving the truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, the running joke is people are like, how do you like the job? I'm like, look, I get to drive a semi down the road and I'm surrounded by books and Bibles. I mean, like,
John is living the dream. John is totally living the dream.
Are you paying me for this? It's like, like, of course, like it's the greatest. So yeah, but it's been a stressful year just with all the moving back and forth, and I had to drive like 3 hours a day back and forth to work.
Well, and again, and I knew once you got settled in the new place, you'd probably end up coming back into the fold, and that's great. We love you. I mean, like, if you want, I can add you back to the chat because you left.
Well, yeah, that was again. This is, I was ticked off at the world, and I took it out on you, and that's not fair. That's not right, and it's weird, man. It's like I'm sitting here almost 50 and I still do stupid, childish things like that. It's like, what's wrong with me? And I don't know. It's just, anyways, I do apologize publicly to everyone in the nerds because
for the record, the poster that I replied to, for the record, is Cheryl's mom. Okay. Cheryl, my girlfriend, her mom. And I've known Lisa for as long as I've known Cheryl. So, I mean, I wasn't making any point to call you out or anything. I was just responding to her. That's all I was doing.
I know. It was just, it was whatever. It's stupid political garbage, and no one's ever going to win in that. And I should have known better to just leave it. But it's like, Ken knows this, man. This is biblical. Pride goeth before destruction. I was like, my pride was like, I got to like get the last word. I'm fighting with someone online. Like, what's wrong? I've never met this person, but I'm going to show they're wrong. Like, what's wrong?
By the way, John, you'll be happy to know that I was the worship leader in church today. So
very good, sir. Very good. I was hoping to touch base with Elliot just because. Our little shindig that we do every year, we read the Bible together, and tomorrow is the last day of reading, and then we start a new plan. So I was trying to touch base with you and Elliot. And see
Elliot's having old man problems, which is why he wasn't here tonight. So.
Hey, I feel it, man. I feel the old man issues.
Yes.
But yeah, other than
that, welcome to our world, John. I'm just saying.
Oh, dude, it hurts, man. Like I wake up now and it's like, how come I'm hurting on my side? What did I do? I slept.
You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything, John.
I woke up and I couldn't last weekend I couldn't turn my head because it was, my neck was killing me and my knees are shot to hell. So it's trying to get around these days is pretty painful. So. But it comes with the territory.
Yep. We were discussing.
Well, let me just add about your team. Like Cleveland is killing me, man. I'm sure they're killing you as well. But like,
you have no idea how much they're killing me,
dude. Can you guys just give us Miles and just call it a day? Like, can just do that?
You know what? Miles is being wasted in Cleveland right now, unless they can figure out a way to get back to
we want Miles
to being good. I wish Miles all the best, and if he does decide to go, I hope he goes to a contender so he can use his talent to bring a championship to whichever team he comes to. Buffalo will be a great place. I mean, right now you've got an aging edge rusher on the defensive line in Buffalo. Miles is he turned 29 today, so he's still in the prime of his career. And you know what? Despite losing to the Dolphins, he still had 2 sacks.
He's a beast, man. I was watching the end of that game. I was just like, man, this kid is just.
And he's the only player in NFL history. Yeah. He's the only player in NFL history to have 14 sacks in 4 years in a row.
Yeah, it's insane.
So
it's insane. Get rid of
it. Is what it is. He was the fastest player to hit 10 sacks because he had 2 last week as well. But he was the fastest player to ever hit 10 sacks. Youngest player.
Well, what did they do? They're in cap hell though, right? With Deshaun, like, can they do anything?
I was going to bring that up. They've kind of sort of restructured Deshaun's contract, but it won't have anything to do with next year's deal, next year's money. It's all about 26 and 27.
6 and 7, yeah.
To give us a cap relief. So, I mean, there's rumors about Kirk Cousins possibly coming up there and going up there and playing next year. Number 4, as far as that is concerned, I could care less if the man ever takes another snap in his life on an NFL field, whether it's Cleveland or anywhere else.
Right.
I'm not a fan of him. Never have been. They need to, personally, blow it up and start all over again. Get rid of everybody.
Right.
Just get rid of everybody. Stefanski, Barry, all of them. Get them out of there and start over. Jimmy Haslam is another example of bad ownership. So it is what it is. But I'm on the bandwagon again, John.
Hey, man.
I'm
Baker.
back on the bandwagon.
All
Go Baker.
Baker, man. Go Baker. I love it. Dude, it's like all of these guys, like Sam Darnold is like the redemption story. Baker Mayfield, the redemption story.
Yep.
Maybe, just maybe, the 2018 QB class wasn't that bad. It wasn't just Josh and Lamar.
No, they just went to bad franchises.
Mm-hmm.
They went to bad franchises. Like, does anyone feel like, sorry, I got to gloat a little now. Oh, what beautiful existence we live in as the New York Jets fall deeper and deeper into misery each and every year. Oh, it couldn't happen to a better franchise. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it.
Aaron did not get a touchdown pass today, did he?
No. It was Tyrod Taylor. It was Tyrod Taylor. Got 2. Tyrod Taylor got 2. Yeah.
But
Aaron didn't do it.
So he's still on $4.99 then.
I tell you what. Are you glad you got Cooper or what? How about that catch in the end zone by Cooper?
I love it, man. Coop is, dude. It's like it. The offense now with Buffalo, it's like when you have Cooper, like you who are you going to defend? Like you're going to double team him, and then you got Shakir open, you got Coleman, who was like going to be a stud. He dropped a whole dude. He could have had so many touches today. He dropped a whole bunch of balls. But yeah, man, this was supposed to be the year of our fallout year. Our New York Jets and Dolphins were going to win the
youngest receiving core in the NFL, and you're still the best offense in the NFL.
We put up the most. I think it's the most points. Well, this is the thing. Josh broke another record today. He's the first player in NFL history to hit 40 touchdowns in 5 years in a row.
Yeah,
first time.
Yep.
Like Aaron has done it 6 times in his career, just never in a row.
Right.
So Josh has done it now 5 in a row.
Aaron looked old today. Aaron looked really old today.
And then he's like blaming his receivers too. Did you see that? Like he threw it way behind his tight end and he gets up. He's like, it's like, yeah, you should retire, man.
Well, it's never
go
Aaron's
smoke
fault.
your drugs in the South Pacific.
It's never his fault. So
no, it's never. No, he's perfect, man. He'll tell you. It's whatever. It's just it couldn't happen to a greater franchise. Right. I mean, now I just need the Dolphins to implode miserably, and everything will be sweet. Patriots, dude, that you're good. Where's I gotta give credit, man. Drake May looks good.
Yeah,
Drake May. I think the Patriots got like a stud. I think the Patriots are closer in the next couple of seasons to competing with the Bills than the degenerate franchises are.
Yeah.
So. Anyways, that's my take. It's a hot take.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what the kids say. It's a hot take.
Mean,
it's hot.
I mean, he is learning on the fly, and he's done a really good job of doing that, and it's shown. So, but yeah, I mean, but as far as the Browns are concerned, I was over them when Winston would start throwing pick sixes, and throwing picks. I mean.
He's a great guy. He's just
I love Jameis Winston. I've been a fan of Jameis
as a person. He's fantastic.
As a person, I've been a fan of him since he was in Tampa.
That's a quarterback.
You know what? The LASIK surgery didn't help because he's still throwing picks. He may not be Jameis more, but he's still throwing picks. So, but that's regardless of that, it is what it is. And God, it's so good to see you, John. So good to see you. I've missed you, brother. We've missed you.
Well, I also had to stay away during the election season because I didn't want to hear everyone.
But
God,
the
thank
thing
God
is,
that's over. Now I got to deal with the
now you gotta deal
fallout
with
of
it.
it all.
Yeah, we're gonna buy
Meaning-
Canada, by the way. We're gonna take Canada from you, so we just let you know that.
Yeah,
okay?
like it's, dude, I just like, oh my gosh, can we just?
You got your own Canadian elections this year, next year.
Yeah, but it's like everyone's telling this guy to just call an election and ride off into the sunset, but he won't. It's ego, man. I mean, we're all prideful and ego, and we're all fallen. So it is what it is. Yeah. So yeah, that's the other reason I had to stay away, because I didn't want to get in the middle of everyone fighting and screaming and selling this person.
You know what? I don't watch news stations anymore. I don't watch the news channels anymore. I don't. I mean, you know what?
Blame you.
I listen to the BBC.
Yeah, right. Like, yeah. I listen to
BBC
Al
is actually
Jazeera.
was one of the most fair. Is the fairest of them all.
Absolutely. I listen to it every night.
It's too much, man. It's just too much, and it's just like there's no one's winning. Like like all the left and right wing people, no one's winning in this. It's all
they're all going after each other. You know, they're eating their young.
Right, wrong, and whatever. It's like me arguing on the internet with someone I don't know. Like, what am I doing? Like, this is it's the end of the world because I disagree with you. Shut up, John. Anyways, what else is going on?
Well, Brett brings up a good topic. Mike Ditka's 63-year-old record first broken today as far as yards as a tight end.
Brock Bowers?
Brock Bowers with the Raiders. Yes, he broke Mike Ditka's record today.
Yeah, I lost my chance of being in my fantasy football finals because of that guy last week, so I'm not very happy. Brock or the Raiders.
But you got to realize, Ditka was a rookie 63 years ago. 1961.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Ken remembers he was in high school. But anyway,
I was in diapers, off diapers.
But I mean, that is a big deal as far as tight ends are concerned. He did it. He didn't,
Mm-hmm.
And what's great is he didn't have to go that extra game to break it. He broke it within 16 games. But still, hats off to Mike Ditka because he did it when they were playing 14 games.
Right.
Ditka.
Okay.
Ditka.
With Dallas. And
no, with the Bears.
Oh, was it the Bears or the Cowboys?
No, the Bears first.
Was it the Bears? Okay.
He was the Bears 61 to 67, 66. And then he went to the Eagles and then back to the Bears and then to the Cowboys.
Okay.
He retired with the Cowboys.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, I mean, that is a big deal. I mean, granted, Ditka did it with less games, so hats off to Ditka.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, mad respect for him for maintaining that record for so long. In just 14 games, maybe it was 12. I'm not sure, but anyway,
14. Yeah, it was 14.
14.
Yeah.
So, but hats off to Brock Bowers for pulling that off today.
And I will state one more time, Travis Kelce is not a tight end.
No,
Travis
he's a slot
Kelce
receiver.
Is a slot receiver. He is not a tight end.
Yeah.
He cannot block me.
Has
and
he
I have
ever
two
blocked
bad knees. He is a slot receiver, not a tight end. Thank you.
The biggest thing about him is he knows how to get open. He'll find a weak spot in the defense, whether it's zone or man. He'll find an open spot in the defense and just stand there waiting for Patrick to pass it to him.
Right.
Yeah, Shaq Barrett did go back to the Bucks. Brett, he was not active today, but he did go back to the Bucks. The Bucks got Shaq Barrett back. So, how about my guy Baker though, John?
I love Baker. I'm so happy for Baker.
5 touchdown passes today. Third time he's done it all season.
I'm so happy for Baker. This is what I'm saying. Like when that draft happened, like Baker and Sam were supposed to be like the guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that was.
Yeah, Josh wasn't the highest project.
Lamar was a wide receiver, right? Like that was the narrative. So seeing those guys excel, both of them, it's great. It's kind of like the Geno Smith thing. Like Geno Smith never kind of gave up,
and he's had a resurgence in Seattle. He's done very well in Seattle.
Yes,
I like stories like that, man. You know, as long as it doesn't happen for the Jets or the Dolphins. If it happens for the Jets or the Dolphins, they can get rocks. I like Tua though. I like Tua. I think Tua is he can't stay healthy, but he's you know, you give him 1 second in the pocket.
I fear for Tua.
Yeah.
I fear for him definitely.
Yeah, he's
But
definitely
talking about Baker, the Monday night game last week, that was one of the most bizarre endings I've ever seen in a game. That last pass that he threw underhand to the guy who caught it one-handed and then had it stripped away.
Yeah, but you know what?
And we
In my
recovered.
opinion, the Bucs should not have lost that game. The defense failed them in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
They
the
did.
Bucs defense failed them in that game, and I mean, because you gotta come. You know, I know, Ken, you believe this. The Cowboys are not a good team at all.
No,
I mean, they proved that today with the shellacking they got by the Eagles.
They
but
got
still,
shellacked today, but we've been the most beat up team in the entire league this year.
Injuries.
I mean,
yes.
if we had all of our starters, I mean, we'd be in contention. But we've been beat up this year, and we got beat up again today. We can ball with anybody out there, but it's just it has not been our season as far as injuries concerned.
I mean, Detroit has got more injuries than the Cowboys do, but
no, they don't. They're beginning to, but they're nowhere near as big as we are. Neither are the Niners.
Side. Yeah, they've had a lot of injuries on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, so have we.
Well, because Goff has been so good, the offense has made up for it. So.
Yeah, and I still think they're the odds-on favorite in the NFC. They're the best team.
I do too. I mean, Minnesota looked good today too against Green Bay.
Yeah. But that's where tomorrow night's game is so key because they have to beat the 49ers because the Vikings won today.
Yes.
If they lose, the Vikings take over first place and they got the number 1 seed.
Yes. I mean, and that sets up a showdown next week in Detroit between Minnesota and Detroit. For that division. The winners, it's a winner take all. You know, it's basically a playoff game. Basically,
absolutely. It is the first playoff game.
So, if Detroit goes into San Francisco tomorrow night and beats the Niners, which they should. Okay, since the Niners have been hit with the injury bug too. So
right.
But they should go into San Francisco and win that game.
Several people have said, and they're quoting Campbell, saying that loss last year in the NFC Championship game has haunted him.
It's been haunting him all season long. Yes,
all season long, and I think they want to make a statement tomorrow night. I'm hoping they do, because they are. I wouldn't want to play them right now. I don't want to play Minnesota either.
Well, you know what? I wouldn't want to play Tampa either. The way they're playing these days.
I don't want to play the Rams.
Right.
Rams are on fire.
The NFC is wide open because
the NFC is wide open. It's going to be a dogfight.
You got to look at tonight's game. The Commanders play the Falcons, and if the Commanders beat the Falcons, that can pretty much give the Buccaneers, if they can beat the Saints next week, that'll give them the division. Despite being swept by the Falcons this year.
Yeah, all but give it to them. Yeah.
So
I need Brian Robinson Jr. to go off tonight, just so I can save face in my third place matchup. Yes, I'm still doing fantasy like a degenerate.
Well, that's okay.
Yes, Brett. Every week,
different guys have caught TDs.
13 different guys have caught TD passes.
Every week, this team breaks records, man. Like, it's a beautiful thing.
And going into the season, all the pundits said, "Well, the Bills don't have any receivers. They're unproven." They're rookies, or they're young, or they don't know what they're doing. There's no brand name. And to be honest, outside of Cooper, there really isn't before this season any.
And we didn't have Cooper until midway through the season.
Right.
Our wide receiver one was Khalil Shakir, a slot receiver.
If I live to be 150 years old, and I don't want to, but if I live to be 150, I'll never know why Jerry gave up on Amari Cooper that quickly. It made absolutely no sense.
Because it's Jerry Jones and doesn't do exactly. He never does anything you expect him to do.
Tell me.
Okay. They didn't improve. They didn't improve their roster in the offseason. They didn't go for any free agents. Okay. They drafted shit. Okay. And I mean, and Jerry was like, "We're all in for this year." All in what? Being mediocre again?
All in
Are
the
you
toilet.
kidding me?
We're all in the toilet.
Jerry needs to walk away and let his son take it over.
Oh, but that's not going to happen.
No, because Jerry Jones
nothing will change until he is 6 feet under.
Jerry Jones is a control freak. He has to be in control.
Exactly. Yep.
How's that
It's
worked out
amazing
in the last
when he does
25 years, Jerry? Since the last time you guys hit the playoffs was what, 94?
No, they were in the playoffs last year. We embarrassed them.
Okay, since they won a playoff game, excuse me.
Oh, won a playoff game.
Yes.
Oh, let's see, 2 years ago. We
So, I mean,
beat somebody in
but
the
they haven't been in an NFC championship since 94.
No.
And they lost that one to the Niners.
Well, we were there the year after that because we beat Green Bay in the championship game.
Yeah.
That was the last Super Bowl we were in. We won that one.
So
But nothing since then.
Ever since Jimmy's left, you haven't done shit, Jerry.
Yeah, exactly.
So
you had to fire Jimmy, didn't you?
Because it was a power struggle.
Yeah.
Jimmy was getting all of the publicity and all the credit because it was his idea to do the Walker trade, and Jerry Jones couldn't stand being second fiddle to Jimmy Johnson.
And it took him 25 years to put him in the Ring of Honor.
So I mean, the bitterness and the ego have always been a problem in Dallas for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, since he's been around, yeah.
How much do you miss Tex Schramm now?
I love me some Tex Schramm. I love me some Clinton Murchison.
So I mean, so it is what it is. So John, what have you been up to, man? What's been going on with you besides moving to the new place? And how's the family? How are the animals? Everything going okay?
Yeah, man. Everything is on the up and up, bro. I'm too blessed to be stressed, man. Like, I mean, it's been a journey. It's been a journey. The past 7 years has been quite an adventure, but I can actually pay my bills now.
Good.
I have a house. It's the little things. Like
Have you made it out of the wilderness?
Yeah. Well, I mean, dude, it was rough, man. I mean, I lost pretty much everything when PayPal.
I'm there right now. I've got loans that I'm having to pay off, and it's taking more money.
I hear you. Yeah, I'm definitely not out of the woods like that. But I mean, I just the past 7 years I was going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. Now I'm sealing, But it's I don't wish it on my worst enemy, man. It was, and I tried to not make a big deal of it. I tried to just show up and smile, and but I was sitting there stressed out every day. I was just,
been there, stay there. Yeah, I feel you.
It's I mean it all worked out. It was crazy. Scott, plug your ears. It's crazy the way God works. It's His timing, not mine. It's 100% just patience and infinite faith that you will see through. And still breathing. I'm still alive, kicking, and I don't I say that as I lost my poop on internet people a couple months ago, but I try not to let things get to me anymore. I try to just lose.
You can't let what others say affect you, John. It's all about what you do.
No, it's the old adage that someone is always wrong on the internet, right? It's like they're wrong, I'm right. I've got to say the last word, and then that's when it gets into.
Well, you got in trouble for doing that before, back in the old, back in the day.
That was my biggest issue, was me mouthing off and thinking I knew everything, and
right.
And it's just it's a maturity thing, man. And I mean, again, like I said, I'm almost 50 years old, and I'm still going through this. It's like you almost understand how people younger than us get into trouble because. Ego and pride are dangerous, man. Like you'll talk yourself into thinking you're right about absolutely everything, and then you end up looking like a fool when, so.
I got called out on Twitter yesterday by a guy I have had immense respect for, and he called me a failure, and I did not appreciate that. And I told him and said, I don't appreciate your insults. I've got too much respect for you. And I dropped it right there.
And that's, dude, I mean, sometimes that's the hardest thing to do. Drop it, right?
Exactly.
Like sometimes that's absolutely the hardest thing to do.
Yep.
You know. But,
So, how are those Edmonton Oilers doing?
oh, dude, they lost both games in LA this weekend. It was great. And I'm going to rant for a second.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Fire afternoon NHL games on a Sunday into the stars. Fire them as far away from existence as possible. Who is like, and this is the NHL, right? This is a professional league.
Mm-hmm.
We saw crystal clear what happens when the NFL wants to do things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Christmas Day, when they went up against the NBA, they blew the NBA out of the freaking water.
It's the NBA's day. It's no. It's whatever the NFL's day they want it. That's theirs.
You know,
so you know this, but then they go and schedule games on a Sunday afternoon in week 16 or 17 or whatever. I don't know.
Against the NFL.
Against the NFL. What are you doing? What are you doing? Like, it's just...
Who's doing the scheduling?
Yeah, who's doing this? Like, this is just... It's very simple. Oh, it's Sunday, NFL season. Let's not schedule games then. Let's do it maybe at night, even though there's Sunday night football. Not everyone's going to watch Sunday night football. There's a lot, but, you know, just...
It's not always the best game of the week either, so... Yeah,
no, obviously. Yeah.
It should be a pretty good one tonight. But.
I'm looking forward to tonight's game. I love me some Jaden Williams. I love it. He's great.
Yeah, he's fun. He's fun.
He's fun to watch.
Good for the Commanders, man. I got a really good friend of mine from New York, and New York City is such a fun place. Like, no one there that I knew in my life was Jets or Giants fans. They were always either Cowboys fans or 49ers fans, or this really good friend of mine down there. He's a Commanders fan.
Okay.
And he's gone through misery, man. I mean, Commanders haven't been, like, name changes and what's going on with that stadium they played in, and to see them finally get a franchise quarterback, they're in it, you know. Like, it's good, man. Daniels is the real deal, man.
Yeah. Speaking of night games, I didn't get to see the Thursday night game between Seattle and Chicago, and
You didn't miss anything.
I see that now.
It was 6-3, and it was ugly ass. I mean, the Browns were more entertaining today than what that game was.
Yeah, worst game of the year. I've heard.
Good God.
Yeah,
I made the right choice not watching that game. I caught the after effect and the highlights, and I said, okay, that's enough. You know, I didn't watch it. I figured, okay, I'll watch it on Good Morning Football. I'll watch the highlights, and then it'll be the end of it. So
yeah,
on NFL Network. So, but John, I put you back in the chat. Okay. Your seat is always open. I'm going to send a link if you want to join. That's fine. If you don't, that's okay too. But you know, it'd be great to have you back on a weekly basis.
I know this is great though. I got freedom tonight because my wife and the kids are still at the mother-in-law's house. So I've got, you know, it's my mom is upstairs. She's watching TV quietly on her chair, and you know, I got the dog is passed out somewhere. I already took her for a hike today this afternoon, so I got freedom. You know, I got freedom. It's only 6 o'clock. I can watch a little bit of Sunday Night Football.
Right
here. Right. Might order a pizza.
There you go. Wow.
Freedom tonight.
John ordering a pizza. Is this a new diet you're on, John, or is this?
No, it's no diet. It's just I'm feeling a little festive.
I was going to say.
I don't need to stress out about kids freaking out and run. Daddy,
how are the boys doing, by the way?
They're crazy. I love them. They're great. They're my kids, but they're psychotic. They are.
What are the ages now, John?
7 and 5, dude. So you can just imagine.
You're in hell. You're in hell.
It's interesting, dude. It's interesting. Like I'll take one. I don't take them both to like the store, for example, because if I take them both to the store, they're fighting. So I have to take one or the other to the store.
That's your brother. They fight.
Yeah, I gotta have my wife with me because we gotta wrangle them. Like, you know.
Yep.
Great kids, fantastic kids. They're just
out of control.
They're brothers. They're brothers, and they're very close to age.
Take the dog to the store.
Yeah, take the dog. Yeah,
so
Garrett Wilson. Yeah. Aaron needs to just.
Garrett Wilson is just a mouthpiece. He's got full of hot air, just like Kenny Pickett is. So, but Jon, it's good having you back on the show, brother. We've missed you.
Yeah, man.
We love you.
Oh, muffin.
Okay. So, but yeah, well, it's gonna be fun having 5 on the show now again. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Well, yeah, don't.
Depending on what your schedule is, I understand that.
It is, and it's a whole lot of like if I'm even around on Sunday nights, because Sunday nights are usually getting the kids ready for school thing, and my driving thing, like there's only 4 days a month I'm on the road, but then February's I'm basically gone for a week and a half, 2 weeks. April I'm basically gone the whole month. July and September I'm gone for each month.
Yeah,
just because of the routes I do. So, it's a gong show, man. But it's not a driving job where I'm gone every single day. So. Right.
Well, again, like I said, depending on what your schedule is, you're in the chat. You'll get the link. If you can join, that's fine. If not, we understand. It's all good.
Oh, I've definitely got to talk smack against Elliot and
and Wayne. Yeah, Wayne's off the grease.
No, see, Wayne corrected. Wayne came at me on Facebook and said, "Hey, hold on." He's like, "I never said anything bad about Josh," and I'm like, "Okay, that's fine."
Backpedaling is what he was doing, right?
I do remember a couple guys saying they would take Jordan Love. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, our fantasy guru that doesn't know how to play fantasy. Anyway.
Right, you know what I mean? Like
he was actually on the show last week. So
good.
It was a fun time. It was a fun time. Yeah.
He would hear it from me nonstop. Right? I would just be putting up pieces of paper and being like, Josh Allen.
Brett's like, Jordan who?
Yeah, Jordan who. It's whatever. I mean, I'm not
Jordan Michaels.
Just admit, Josh Allen is a unicorn. He's a unicorn.
He is.
You can't just. It's whatever. It's okay. The Bills can have nice things every now and again.
Well, after all that, the Vikings only win by 2 points at the end. Holy cow!
Really?
They only won by 2 points, 27-25.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was 27-10 when I left there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
But,
Annie Agar is going to have some fun stuff.
Oh, I can't. I mean, she didn't do the team meeting this week, but she's going to do it this week. So yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to what she has to say. I mean, she's already posted on X, one of those faces she makes all the time when Green Bay is looking like shit. She's just like,
it's great.
Yeah,
it's great.
So.
Did you see her in that white outfit she had on the other day
for Christmas? Yes.
Yes. Wow.
The kid is 26 years. I mean, she's 26 years old and she's gorgeous.
She is.
But that's not the only thing. Is she's smart? She's funny.
Smart.
I mean, she's just. I mean, and
she's a football fan, sports fan.
Not just her football stuff, but her dedication to her disabled brother.
Oh,
she does a lot of charity work for disabled people, and she loves her brother so much, and it shows.
Oh, he trolls her so much.
Oh, I know he does.
No,
yeah,
he does.
It's funny. It's hilarious.
And then she got him like an Amon-Ra St. Brown jersey for Christmas too. It was like,
this is the most pain I've ever felt in my life. Yeah, I know. Yeah. So, all right, we're gonna get the hell out of here. Jon, good to have you back. You're in the chat. If you can join us, it's fine. But you're in the chat. We will hopefully get some talk going back and forth, smack talk in the chat. That would be great.
It'll be fun.
We can't wait to see that.
And
Elliot
and Derek go buckle up, Buttercup.
Ron's in there too. So, anyway,
they say in Canada, bienvenue.
Yeah. Sacré bleu. Oui alors.
Y'all be safe. Have a happy New Year, both of you.
Happy New Year.
Happy 2025. Happy New Year to our fans, our people that watch us on replay. Happy New Year to you as well.
Happy
And
New Year, Brett. Mhm.
yes.
Here, Brett.
And with that being said, we will be back.
Wait, the outro. Wait, do we
There's
have
no
the
outro
outro?
because Elliot's not here. There's no
Elliot's
outro.
not here, but I can sing or no or
No, I'm
Sure.
not going
Go,
No.
go for it.
to. No.
We'll scare Brett away.
So we'll be back again next Sunday in the new year for another episode of the Sports Nerds, 7:00 Eastern time. Hopefully by then I get the Facebook link working so we can be on Facebook instead of having to direct YouTube or Twitter or whatever. So with that being said, thanks everybody. Have a great night. Have a great week, and we'll see you next Sunday.